Hello and welcome to E2School. If this is your first time using E2School or you're a new student, this is perfect. You are in the right class. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of the E2School and show you how to use your account and hopefully get a bit more out of it for you. So if you've got any questions or you're not sure how to do something, then stay with me and add your questions in the chat box, and I will hopefully try and answer those as we go around today. So hello to Kirandeep, who's put a message in the chat box already. And yes, hopefully you've now got everything started. Can you hear my voice? Can you see everything? Is it coming through to you live and clear? So if you can get everything, I'd love to know. I need you guys to help test out my technology. And this is what we normally do in a live class. We normally start by getting the teacher to check that everything is working for you guys. So can you help me with that? Can you tell me, can you hear me? So if you can, you need to look for this little button. It's at the bottom of the screen, and this is your chat box. So in your chat box, can you type yes or no if you can hear me? Oh, no sound. Okay. Hold on, let me just try and work that out. Okay, hello, can you guys hear me now? Hopefully that is working for you guys. Okay, and my second question, oh, I've got someone saying yes and someone saying no. I'm hoping that everyone else can hear me as well. My second question is also, can you see my screen? So in the chat box, can you tell me yes and yes if you can see and hear me, or yes and no if it's a mixture? Thank you very much, E. That's very helpful. So that's what we're looking at for how you guys can talk to me. So let me show you a bit more about that, because this is your technology and we need to make sure it's working for you. So in a live class, you need to use the chat box, and this is your way of talking with the teacher. If you look in the chat box, you'll get these choices. The only one you really need is the one I've got highlighted in orange. This is the little chat bubble, because this way you can type your questions and your answers in that chat box. Don't worry about the raise hand or the Q&A. We don't use those so much. So basically, what do you use the chat box for? Well, every time your teacher asks you a question, you type your answer in the chat box. And don't worry if you get the answer wrong or if you're guessing, that's also fine. If you have a question for the teacher, you can also type it and put it in the chat box. Now, there's a second bit about this, and that's that bit at the bottom. And this is about who can see what you write. So if you choose all panelists, that just means me, the teacher. So it's like a private message between you and me. No one else will see it. If you choose the second one, all panelists and attendees, this is the teacher and the students. So this is more like a real classroom. And normally for most classes, I would suggest you use that one so that way everyone can talk together. But for today, you can choose whichever one is fine. So for anyone joining us on YouTube, you don't get to use our chat box, but there is a live chat in the YouTube feature. You can type your questions and answers and things like that in the chat box there. I will see it. So for everyone on YouTube, I would recommend next time, come and join us in E2School. That's this one here, e2school.com. And you will find all of the different levels as well as the extra grammar review and speaking lab. Now, I'd just like to just remind everyone what the differences are between our yellow school, E2School, and the blue school, which is E2 Language. E2 Language is our sister school, and hopefully a lot of you are members of both schools, which is great, but you don't have to be. If you are a member of E2 Language, you automatically get given an E2School account as well, though. E2 Language is where I would recommend you go if you have a really specific question about IELTS, PTE, OET, or TOEFL. So if you're planning on doing one of those tests and you want to work on the actual skills and techniques you need to be able to pass that test at the level you're looking for, this is what E2 Language specializes in. Go and see that website. But if you're not, then we're looking at my school, which is the yellow school. And what I would say is our school is more of the building blocks. We're wanting to help build you and make your skills stronger in each of the areas. So we're focusing on listening, reading, writing, and listening, reading, writing, and speaking, and also vocabulary building and grammar building as we go as well. So the first question most people ask me is, what level should you do? Does anyone know what level you are? If you know what level you are, can you type it in the chat box and tell me what level you think you are? If you don't know yet, that's okay. I'll go through them, and when you hear the level that you think is you, tell me then. So I'll start at the bottom. We've got our level 0. Now, level 0 we call the starter level because this is for real beginners. And there's two really common ways to evaluate and say how good your English is. One of them is the IELTS levels, and we're looking at bands. So this would be lower than band 4. The other one is the CEFR framework, and this one is A, B, and C. And so this for level 0 is lower than A1. So if this is you, you can get this level and do it. And this level is free, so anyone can do it at any time. But this level doesn't have a live class to go with it because this is real beginner. So the next level where you get your live classes is level 1, and this is our pre-intermediate level. So we think that you are probably an A1 to an A2 or an IELTS of about 4. So the idea is with this one, you'll get your listening, reading, writing, speaking, you'll get some grammar and some vocabulary. So you'll get to work on all of these different skills and come to the live classes. If we go up a level, we're looking at level 2. So this is an intermediate level. So we're looking at a B1 or an IELTS of about 4 to 5. And again, you'll get all the skills, listening, reading, writing, speaking, you get vocabulary work, and you'll get grammar work. Now, for both of these levels, level 1 and level 2, they have extra grammar classes built into the course, because for these two lower levels, we think you need to work on your grammar in a bit more detail. But I also think the other program, Grammar Review, is a really good one to add to your account, and you can do this at the same time. So if you want to do some extra practice for looking at general grammar structures, then the Grammar Review is great. And the Grammar Review is completely free, so make sure you've got that in your account. Now, for level 3, we are looking at an upper intermediate student. So we're looking at a B2 or an IELTS of 5 to 6. Now, level 3 is the first level where we don't have a whole grammar section. We do need you to be using the Grammar Review so you can review the grammar as an extra. But level 3 is focusing on the vocabulary that is often the problem at this level. Now, what I mean by that, we're looking at vocabulary as a really big feature of all of the skills, listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And we want to make sure you're using all of your vocabulary accurately. So again, it's the grammar aspect, but it's putting it in the actual usage. So have you used the word correctly for this sentence? So this is where level 3 and level 4 are more of a vocabulary focus, whereas level 1 and level 2 are more of a grammar focus, slightly different perspective. But level 3, again, there are live classes. Make sure you go and join those as well. And then our top level is level 4. This is our advanced level, so C1 or an IELTS of more than 6. We often call this one test ready because this is the level that a lot of students need if they are almost ready for these tests like IELTS, but they're not quite there. And the reason for this is level 4 has been designed to be, again, focusing on the vocabulary that you're missing or using inaccurately, because by level 4 you need to be using your vocabulary. Your vocabulary needs to be much more accurate because that is one of the things that often is letting you down at that higher level. So that is the basic levels, and the other two programs are levels you can add on at any time. Grammar Review, make sure you've got it. As I said, it was free and it still is, but the Speaking Lab isn't completely free. You can try it for free, but if you want to use it properly, I would recommend adding it as well to your account. Speaking Lab is really, really good at working on your pronunciation and also on your listening so that you can hear all of the individual sounds in English and actually say them correctly. I've had a lot of students who have spelling problems who find this is a really good program for them because it helps you understand the difference between what you're hearing and what it looks like. And the second thing I've heard from students is that they really like Speaking Lab to help them work on accent reduction. Now, I think an accent is fine. Everyone has an accent, but the problem is when your accent is making it difficult for people to understand you. So if you find that you are speaking and your listener is often confused, it could be the sounds and the way you're saying some words and some sounds. And if that's the situation for you, then Speaking Lab is a really good tool for you to help improve those sounds. Okay, so let's change my view and show you my example. I have a student account. So can you guys help me? Can you tell me in the chat box, did I do that correctly? And can you now see an example student account? Does it look a little bit like yours? Hello, Kishan. So does that mean you can see my student account? It should say, welcome back E2School at the top. Can everyone see that? No, looks like I haven't shared it correctly. Let me try this again. Okay, how about now? Excellent. Okay, so what I'd like to do is take you on a tour of my school, my student account, to show you around the school. Now, if you have a specific question about something that you're using or not sure how to use, please type it in the chat box at any time. So for me, the first thing I've got here is this is what we call your dashboard. So this is the main starting page, and there's lots of useful information here. Hopefully you've got your courses showing up here. You can click on view more to see all of them, or you can click on the quick menu, this menu on the side, and you'll also see my courses and you'll see them there as well. Now, looking at this, I have got all the courses. You don't need them. You only need the level that you're doing. And I would recommend Speaking Lab and Grammar Review. And right now, I have a problem. I don't have the Grammar Review. So let me show you how to get it. So if you go up here to add courses, or up on the top right, they also have the button in red, add courses. So if you click on that, and there you go. So it takes you to this screen here. I'm going to start by choosing my courses, not the free and paid category. Let's go for this because this shows me what I've got right now. And these are the courses I've got. It also tells me how much more time I've got. So like for this one, the level 3, I've got the gold package and I have 279 more days. Whereas the Speaking Lab course, I've got the complete course, I've paid for it, but I only have 19 days. So I just want to show you what I mean by these by looking at this button. It says click here, and it shows me what the packages are. So when I talk about free, bronze, silver, and gold, this is what I'm talking about. So for level 0 and Grammar Review, it's completely free the whole time. Don't worry, you get access to this. But for all the other courses, you will get access to all of the courses for free. There's a little piece, like some of the lessons will be unlocked, so you can try them at any time. So you've got some practice lessons and you'll get to go to the live classes. But if you want to access everything, then you'll need to go for bronze, silver, or gold. Now, the difference with these is what information you get to access and how long. So if we start with bronze, it's looking at per month. So this is a subscription and you can cancel it, stop it anytime. If you're doing silver and gold, this one is a one-time payment. Silver is for 6 months, gold is for a year. So the time is slightly different with these. When we look at the other difference, the other thing is bronze, you get all the practice lessons, all the live classes, and all the tests that are on the computer. But in silver and gold, you also get feedback, and gold, you also get tutorials and a certificate at the end. Feedback is when you do the tests that are speaking tests or writing tests, a teacher will mark it for you and give you specific feedback for you, and that way you can improve. For the tutorials, this is a one-on-one lesson, so it's just like you and me, and it's on speaking or writing. And at the end of this, you'll get a certificate to say you've finished that level. So let me go back to the actual school. Let me go back to my student account. Oops. Here we go. So when I look at these, what I've got is a little bit of everything in different ways. So I can show you what the differences are between a free account and a bronze and a silver. So if you look at this, I've got a free level 4, which means I'll only be able to do a few lessons. I've got bronze for level 2, which means I'll get to do all the lessons, but not all of the tests. But level 1, I've got silver, and level 3, I've got gold, which means I get to do all the tests. And this one, I also get to talk to a teacher as well. But I want the grammar review. Now, where do I find that? Let's start with the free courses. So if I change to this one, and there we go, grammar review free. And all you need to do is click try free now and give the computer a moment to catch up. And make sure that course is now in your account. So that is changing and it's now gone, which means it's in my courses. And if you look on the left there, I can now see grammar review. So if you don't have it, make sure you add it. Now, if you want to try one of the levels for free, you can use this one. You just add the button. But the other option is paid. And if you're wanting to do the paid option, you just need to choose the level and the bronze, silver, or gold option, depending on the level. It might be easier to type it in like this. So let's do level 4. And wait for the computer to catch up. And there you go. I can see that for level 4, I've got 2 options. And so if I want to choose this one or this one, I just click on the buy button and follow the instructions. So I hope that one makes sense. And let me go back to the main dashboard. Okay, so that's all you need to do if you're missing something. And so you can go and do your classes. So if you want to do your course, you can choose it from here and click on the course and do the activities. If you want to do the tests, you can go quickly by clicking on my assessments and go straight to the assessments. And I'd like to show you what I mean by the difference in the levels. So let's go back to level 4, because that one I only have the free option. So level 4, the start here information is available. Have a look at the resources. There's a whole lot of information about vocabulary, but let's start on unit 1. So module 1, we have all of these available. So they are, click on the button and you'll open the activity. If you have started it but haven't finished it, it will say in progress. If you haven't started it, it says not done. When you've finished it, it will go green and say done. So if I go to the end, there is a progress check. And if you look at it, it says got a little lock next to it. This is because I am on the free one and I cannot access these. So it says it's not available. If I go to module 2, all of the lessons and the progress check are all locked because I'm not able to use them because this is the free one. So level 4, you only get access to the module 1 lessons to see how it goes. And if you're not really sure about your level, if this level is too hard or too easy for you, I would recommend getting the free one and doing the lessons that are available. And if you're getting a result that is, it will give you a percentage. If your percentage is 75% or higher, then I think this might be a bit easy for you. If it's 25% or lower, it might be a bit hard for you. If you're sitting somewhere between 25 and 75%, then this is probably a good level for you because you're still learning things from it. So if I go down to my bronze level, which I had for level 2, what you'll see is, again, start here is available, and we can look at the vocabulary lists. And now level 2 has been broken up into the different skills, and I can do all of the lessons. So they're all available. Again, you can see if I've started it, and there's the grammar and the vocabulary lessons as well. And then I go to the test zone, and this is where there's a difference. So in the education topic, I can do the computer test, but I can't access the writing tests. All the writing tests have locks on them because this is not available in the bronze. If I go to level 1, I have access to all of this because I went for silver. So I've got all of my listening, everything's available, all of these are available. And when I go to the test, everything is again available. And there you go. I've done something and it says done. Now, in this case, it looks like I made a mistake and I have 0. So in this situation, if this is you, you can only do the test once. Make sure you do the topic, people, all of these first, and then come and do the test. But if you made a mistake, something went wrong with your computer, just go to messages and send us a message, or go to the help button and send us a message, and we will help reset this and let you try it again. Because I think in this situation, there's a problem. It's not normal to get 0 on a test. But if I look at the writing test, I also have it here. Now this one will say 0 until the teacher has marked it. So this is okay. So this is why it says in progress. I'm waiting for the teacher to give me my results. So that's what I'm looking at. The other one that you'll find is teacher meetings, and this is only available if you have the gold package. And if you do, it will look like this. You just click on the add appointment and follow the instructions. So let's look at messages, because I think this is important. If you have questions for us, you can send us messages. And also if we have a question for you, we will send you a message as well. Now on your dashboard down here at the bottom, we have messages and we have community posts. So these are the 2 ways that we will communicate with you from school. If you have messages like this, it says 10, which means I haven't read my emails yet. So please, please, please make sure you read your messages from us. Right, messages. Oh, live classes. We can't forget those. So here is my calendar and it shows me my live classes. So as you can see, this one is happening now. This is the one we're doing. And there is another class later on today. If you don't have level 1 in your account, you won't see this. So you'll only see the classes available for your level. So don't worry if you don't see it. But what you can see is a red dot for a class happening that day. If you are interested in it, you click on it. It will give you more information and then you can register. Now, the one other thing I'd like to point out is time zones. It is automatically set at the time zone that is your time zone. So this is the thing we need to check. It says my time zone is this, which is GMT 11 plus 11, Canberra, Melbourne, and Sydney. I am in Melbourne, so this is perfect. If this was incorrect, I would need to use the click here button and go and change it. So make sure you find your city and your time. When you've got that set correctly, this will change to match your time zone. So this is always preset for that. So if you can go at that time, just click register and it will be added to your account. This will then mean you'll get an email in your private email from Zoom with their link to be able to click on to go to the live class. You can also go to live classes here and you can see more than just the 1 week in your calendar. So we've got the upcoming, which means future. So if I type in level 1, I get all of the level 1 classes that are available. And if I'm interested in it, I just push plus and I add that to my account. So I'm registered. And if I want to see what ones I've registered for, I click on the registered tab, and there you go. There are the 2 classes. If you find that you can't go to this class, or you miss the class, or maybe you want to watch the class again, come to the live class library, and you'll find all of the videos. Usually it's about 24 hours after the class. So if you type in here, let's do level 4. And there you go. We have level 4, Rise of the Robots, on the 15th of January, and it says new. All I need to do is click on the blue words, and the video will open up, and you can push play or push play, and you can watch the video of that class. You can do the activities again with the teacher. Now, if you want to, you can watch it again as many times as you like, but you can't download it. Sorry. So that's your live class library for you. And so I think the only other thing I'd like to show you that's really helpful is the help button. So if you forget all of this and you need help again, use the help button. And you've got 2 options, the blue button that says visit FAQs, or blue button that says ask a question. Now, let's start with the FAQs. This means frequently asked questions. This is a really popular thing for most websites. And this will mean that you get all these articles, these stories with the most popular questions. We've tried to answer them. So for example, like technical issues, if you're having trouble with something, you can click on the article, read it, try it. And if it doesn't work, then go back to the other button and type in your problem. So just follow the instructions, type your message. You can even add a photo. It really helps us to see what your screen looks like if you've got a problem, and then submit. And someone in my support team will be able to help you soon. So I think that's really it right now. Do you have any questions for me? Is there something specific that you're not sure about, or is not working so well for you? Is there something you'd like some help with? Type that in the chat box. What is your question? What do you need help with? And if you don't have any questions, that's also okay. That means we're at the end of today's lesson. So what does that mean? It means it's your turn to now go and try these classes. So I would say make sure you've got the courses in your account. If you're missing something, go to the add courses and add it. And make sure you sign up for the live classes, and hopefully I'll see you soon. If you're doing one of the level 2 classes, I will definitely see you. Otherwise, I'm sure you'll enjoy one of the live classes with the other expert teachers we have here at E2School. So thank you very much for joining me for today, and good luck. And I hope that your studies all go well. So stay safe and keep studying, and we'll see you another